नमस्कार दोस्तों, शिपिंग पाठशाला में आपका स्वागत है। वेलकम टू शिपिंग पाठशाला। आई एम प्रोफेसर DN Maurya. Today I shall talk on dangerous goods. Dangerous goods are defined as those substances which pose threat to the people, property and environment. To the people means people may get injury or there could be fatal death. Threat to the property means destruction of the property, that is the office, equipment, etc. Threat to the environment means pollution of air and pollution of water. These goods are also called hazardous cargo or hazmat cargo. In brief, we say HAZMAT, hazmat. So dangerous goods and hazmat both are same. These goods, for example, are like firecrackers, sulfuric acid, then chlorine gases, petrol, perfume, etc. These goods have been listed by United Nations, and there are roughly 4,500 number of substances which have been classified as dangerous goods. Any goods which is not listed there, this cannot be called as a dangerous goods or hazmat cargo. So the goods has to find the listing in the United Nations list, that is the IMDG Code. Only these goods can be called as a dangerous goods or hazmat goods. These goods, 4,500 number, have been broadly classified in 9 classes. It's a class of dangerous goods. These classes are class 1 explosive, class 2 gases, class 3 flammable liquids, class 4 flammable solid, class 5 oxidizing agent, class 6 toxic substances, class 7 radioactive materials, class 8 corrosive, and class 9 miscellaneous. The class 9 miscellaneous is the group of those substances which do not have any property or specific property pertaining to any class 1 to class 8, but still they pose threat to the people, property and environment. So we put them together under the class number 9. These goods, when moved or transported or stored in particular place, they are shown with a specific symbol. The symbol, what we call it, diamond shape. You will see in the diagram how the symbol looks like for various types of classes of goods. You can see here class 1 symbol. This is a symbol used for class 1 of dangerous goods. The one written at the bottom, this indicates this goods is class 1. What is class 1? Explosive. That is, explosion comes in the center. And what happens when explosion takes place? That is shown at the top. So any class of goods have this type of symbol. The class written at the bottom, that is, first is diamond shape, second class of the goods written at the bottom, and explosion, what goods it is, written in the center, and what happens in case of threat, that is shown by the graphics on the top. Similarly, in case of class 2, you can see the same thing here, similar things, that is class of the goods written at the bottom. 2 means class 2. What is the explanation? What class 2? Class 2 means flammable gases. And when the flame takes place, what happens? How does it look like? Shown by a graphic on the top. So 4 things are common in representing any goods by any dangerous goods by the symbol. First, this will have the diamond shape. Second, the class of the goods will be at the bottom, written by the number. And third, explanation, what goods it is, written in the center. And the last one, the shape of the danger when this happens. So all the goods from class 1 to class 9 will have the similar marking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending upon what class of goods it is. That is beginning from class 1 to class number 9, we'll find all the goods will have the similar marking. Now we shall discuss about labeling and placarding. Labeling means putting up the label indicating the presence of the goods inside the parcel or packet to be a dangerous goods. While doing the labeling, that is putting a sticker, we ensure that size of the each side of the diamond shape is equal to 100 millimeter. That is the standard size which has been defined by the United Nations. It has to be 100 millimeter and to be affixed, should be pasted on each packet parcel containing the dangerous goods. Second is placarding. Placarding is used for the places, area or the transport where the large quantity of goods are stored. This could be of same class or this could be of different classes. For example, let us say you have got a yard in CFS or dangerous goods yard in the port or in ICD. So you have got 3-4 classes of the goods. So you have to do the placarding by putting a board at the entry point and other sides, other gates of the yard to indicate to the people that this particular area contains the dangerous goods. So placarding the dimension of each side of the diamond shape will be equal to 250 mm. Similarly, when you are carrying the goods in the ISO containers, ISO freight container, this container has to be marked with the placarding. It means you have to put a sticker indicating what class of the goods it is and putting there having a size of 250 mm each. If the container has got 2-3 types of goods put together, then you have to take the highest class of the goods and put the sticker, that is the placarding, you have to do it accordingly. So that is the meaning of placarding and labeling. Now these goods are regulated. See, the goods can be either in liquid form or can be in solid form, and each one has got its own regulation, its own code. So what I am limiting myself, there is a discussion of the goods which are in solid form. So goods which are in solid form and they are moved in parcel and packet, they are regulated by a code, we call it IMDG Code, International Maritime Dangerous Goods Code. This is controlled by the United Nations. This particular code will tell us how to handle, transport, store the dangerous goods, whether on board ship or in the yard, ICD yard, port yard, CFS yard, or how to transport the goods on the tractor trailer. So that is the IMDG code. IMDG code has got 3 volumes. Basically, it is a book-like thing. It is a series of the book. It comes in 3 volumes. The volume number 1, what we call it, we don't say 3 volumes, we say volume 1, volume 2, and third one we call it supplement. So volume 1 consists of many chapters. What is the brief of that one? I will just tell you. The volume 1 consists of general provision, definition of the goods, training, how the people to be trained, people working who are associated with the handling of dangerous goods, how they are to be trained. Then classes of the goods, how many classes of the goods are there, we have just seen it. Then labeling, packaging, stowage, segregation. These are the things which are which are dealt in detail in the volume number 1. Volume number 2 deals only with the listing. Listing of all 4,500 number of dangerous good substances have been done in volume 2. So volume 2 will have again 2 sections. In the first section, listing will be as per the code number. Each dangerous goods has been assigned a code by the United Nations. So we start with, this is 4 digits code having a prefix of UN. UN stands for United Nations. So UN 0001, UN 0002, and so on. So let us say the last one is 4,500. So you say UN 4500. So basically it becomes a serial number, but against each code there is specific name of the goods which have been mentioned. Other section of this volume 2 listing will have the listing of the goods as per the alphabetic order, similar like dictionary, starting A, B, C, D and so on. So it is because sometimes the goods are coming to the CFS or port and you do not know whether this is a DG or not. So you ask the shipper or exporter what goods it is. So he will tell the name of the goods, So by having the name of the goods, you can look into the list, that is the volume 2 listing in alphabetic order and find out what goods it is. If the goods are dangerous goods, in the listing we will find that against the name of the goods, code number will be given. Code number of the dangerous good, that is the E1 code, E100, let us say 50. So you can make out this particular goods a dangerous goods and has to be stored, handled, transported in accordance with the provisions which are mentioned in the under the IMDG code. So this is the book number 2 or volume number 2. The third one we don't call volume number 3, we say it is a supplement. Supplement deals with the emergency response system. Emergency response system, it means in case of emergency, in case the fire takes place or in case the spillage takes place containing the box, parcel or container with the dangerous goods, then what can be done? How to proceed? How to take control of the fire and leakage? So they have got two schedules. One is for fire, another is for spillage. Fire schedule has been fire schedule has been divided into 10 parts starting from A to Z. We mark it FA, FB, FC and FJ. It means the firefighting system, how to control the fire in the dangerous good, what to do it, has been just confined to 10 types in 10 sections. Complete 4,500 goods have been limited to 10 sections, how to control the fire in case this takes place. In case of spillage, that is the leakage, the sections mentioned, that is total 26. We call it S1 to SZ. Sorry, SA to SZ, SA, SB, SC and so on so. SA means spillage A schedule, SB means spillage schedule B, SZ means spillage schedule Z. So all the 4,500 dangerous goods substances have been put together and they have been brought in just 26 categories for the purpose of controlling the spillage. Now, how to find out which particular class of which particular section of fire schedule and spillage schedule will be applicable to particular hazmat cargo, the particular DG substances. For this you have to go back to same volume 2 listing. You will find that each goods are listed with the United Nations number, E1 number, with the detailed description and showing the complete details about how to move it, how to store it, what is limited quantity, how to do the packing, etc., etc. So here we will just, for example, we will see the first one, let us say I have taken substances which has got a E1 number 004. So column number 1, E1 004, PSN proper shipping name is ammonium picrate, dry or weighted with less than 10% water. This is the name of the substances. Then third column, class. What class of good it is? Class 1.1D. Class 1 is explosive, 1.1D, that is the subclass of class 1. Subsidiary risk means risk other than the what risk is inside the class number 1. So subsidiary risk is 0, he has not mentioned anything. Then packing group, storage category, how to store it. Then special provision, if any, will be mentioned there. Limited quantity cannot be transported in limited quantity 0, exceptional quantity. Then next column you can see that is the mention as IBC. Packing group P112, then IBC, that is the column number you can see 10, 13, then 14, then comes to 16, that is the storage and segregation, how to segregate the goods and how to store it. So these are the various things where the last one is properties and substances, that is the column number 17. You look for the fire schedule 15. You can see here the column number 15 talks about the fire schedule. Emergency schedule 15. You can see here just below column number 7. So it says emergency schedule FBSY. In case of fire, you have to refer fire schedule B, and in case of spillage or leakage, you have to refer schedule SY of the spillage. So it is mentioned there for this particular cargo, for this particular dangerous goods, that is E1004, you have to refer to fire schedule FV and spillage schedule SY in case of emergency, some fire or spillage takes place. That is the item, what we call it, ammonium picrate, dry or weighted with less than 10% of the water. Similarly, for all the goods listing from 1 to maximum number, that is 4500 plus, you will find one particular table available, one particular page which is available there. It will have 17 columns. You can refer each column, that is about the goods, what is the quality, what is the property, how to handle, store, and precautions to be taken during the emergency, that is the fire and spillage cases. Now same thing is available on the nowadays available into the soft copy. We call it search list. So what I am showing is not showing the actual page of the IMDG code, that is a listing. I am showing you through the search box. In search box, software just put the code number. He said mention even number. Moment you mention even number, let us say I mention even 0004 and click it. Moment you click it, this type of page will appear, giving the complete details about this particular substances. So that is how the fire schedule and spillage schedule you can find out by looking at the table number 2, that is the listing part, or go to the straightway to the search box, soft copy, software, put the number and details will come out. Now we will discuss about compatibility and segregation. Compatibility means how compatible are dangerous goods from with respect to each other. There are more than one number of dangerous goods, let us say 3, 4, 5 number, whether they can be stored together or not. So we call it compatible. Compatible means they can be kept together. Non-compatible means they cannot be kept together. See, all the dangerous goods are dangerous. All the dangerous goods are dangerous. But some of them can be kept together. That is what we say, they can cooperate. But some of them cannot. Which means even with other dangerous goods, they cannot be kept together. They cannot be stored together. So we call it compatibility. So even all the goods are notorious. Some of them become more notorious when they come in contact with the other one. So you can just think of in terms of, let us say you have got two gangsters, one belonging to Dawood Ibrahim gang, other belonging to Chota Rajan. Let us say both are put in the one jail, let us say Baikula jail. So what happens? It is very risky. When they come in contact with each other, they will start fighting. They can even murder also. Some cases has already happened in some of the jails there. So they cannot be together. So what we say, they are non-compatible. But these two persons, if they are kept together, let us say one is in Baikula jail, other in, let us say, Taloja jail in Navi Mumbai. One Mumbai, one Navi Mumbai. So both can stay there along with person in Baikula jail, Dawood Ibrahim gang person. You have, let us say you have kept a pickpocketer. So no much problem, he can adjust. Similarly, in Taloja jail, let us say with the person of Chota Rajan gang, you have kept a person who had done some cheating. So no problem, they can stay together. Though all are the criminals. But these two criminals, that is the person from the Dawood gang and person from the Chota Rajan gang, they cannot be put together. So we say they are not compatible. It means they have to be segregated. So how to segregate? Pick up one of them and keep in separate jail, put in Taloja jail. That is a segregation. Same thing is done in case of dangerous goods also. When goods are not compatible with each other, they have to be segregated. So segregation is to be done at all the places where they are kept in port yard, ICD yard, inside the container, transport or on board ship. So segregation on board ship and in the ports are almost similar with some little bit difference. What I will be talking here in detail, that is the segregation of the goods in the port. compatibility and segregation of the dangerous good with respect to port. I will just cover it here and not go to the shipping part. This is the segregation matrix for dangerous goods applicable to the port, ICD and CFS yard. You can see here in this matrix on the left side classes, under below the classes mention flammable gases 2.1, non-toxic, non-flammable gases 2.2, toxic gases 2.3, that is the class of the goods. Flammable liquid 3, not only the class, even they are identified with the subclass. For the purpose of compatibility, you have to break down into the subclass. Like class 2 has got 3 classes 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. So all the 3 subclasses have been mentioned on the left hand side. Flammable liquids class 3, flammable solids 4.1, then spontaneous combustible substances 4.2, substances which in contact with the water emit flammable gases 4.3, oxidizing substances 5.1, organic pesticides 5.2, toxic 6.1, corrosive 8, miscellaneous 9. So all the 9 classes of goods have been listed the left side along with their subclass. On the right side if you see it again same thing, 2.1 class, 2.2, 2.3, 3, 4.3, 4.2, 4.3, 5.1, 2, 6.1, 8 and 9. Now let us say the compatibility. What is compatible, what is not compatible? The first one you see on the left side flammable gases 2.1, on vertical matrix 2.1. So 2.1, the intersection point is shown as 0. 0 means, what is the meaning of 0 there? 0 means they are compatible, no much problem. They can be kept together. That is the meaning of 0 there. 0 means both the substances are compatible and you can keep them together. You can look at this one again. This is the 2.1 and 2.1 crossing point, that is the 0. 0 means they are compatible, no problem, you can keep them together. Now coming to the second one, 2.1 versus 2.2, again 0, compatible. 2.1 versus 2.3, compatible. Then 2.1 with 3, that is the yes. Yes means not compatible. So we will see the meaning of yes later. So presently you can see that at 2.1 class with class number 3 is not compatible, mention as yes. Similarly with 4.1 not compatible, mention as A, it is mentioned as A. 4.2 yes, and then further 4.3, 2.1 0, compatible, can be kept together. 5.1 mentioned yes, not compatible, cannot be kept together. So like this the listing has been done for compatibility, has been done for all the subclasses of the goods. Second one also you see 2.2 with 2.1 compatible, 0 means can be kept together. 2.2 with 2.2 same one, no problem, 0 can be kept together. 2.3 you can keep together, but class number 3 you cannot keep class number 2.2, that is showing A. So wherever 0 is there you can keep them together, wherever S is there, A is there, you cannot keep them together. Then one of the most other important thing you can see here, you have started with class 2.1. What happened to class 1? Class 1 is missing. Class 1 is not listed there. Similarly, under class 6 there are 2 classes, 6.1 and 6.2. So 6.2 is not listed there. After class 6 the has come to class number 8. Class number 7 is not there. So class number 7 is also missing here. So this means that goods of the classes, that is the class number 1, class number 6.2 and class number 7 are not to be brought to the port, CFS or ICDs. They are supposed to be directly connected with the ship. On the ship we will have these classes, but in the port, ICD and CFS, these class of the goods are not to be brought. The reason for this can go in the wrong hand. Pilferage can take place. Class 1 is explosive. So explosive can be stolen by the person. He can go to the nearby city, let us say in case of GNPT or some CFS in the Navasava, very easily somebody can steal it, pilferage can take place, and city Mumbai is very close by. So something can happen. So people can misuse it for the purpose of blast. So explosives are not to be brought to the port ICD and CFS class 1. Similarly, 6.2 is again toxic gases. This cannot be brought. Class number 7, radioactive substances. They are also are not supposed to be brought to the port CFS and ICD. They have to be directly picked up from the factory and then taken to the ship for the purpose of loading. Now coming to the what is mentioned here, A, yes, these two. So meaning of A, wherever you find the A is mentioned there, like let us say somewhere here is A, somewhere here is yes. So A means away. When you say A means away means you have to keep the space of minimum 3 meters. These two class of the goods have to be separated, have to be kept away by a distance at least 3 meters. And then you say yes. Yes means separated. Like here you say 2.1 with respect to 3. Here mentioned as yes. Yes means separated. Meaning of separated means they have to be kept away from each other at least by 6 meters. So these are the 3 types of segregation. 0 means no problem, they can be kept together. Yes means to be separated by at least 6 meters, and A means they have to be kept away by at least 3 meters. A means away, yes means separated. Away means 3 meters, and yes separated means 6 meters. 0 means compatible, they can be kept together. So this is the way how the segregation is done, and if and thereafter after the segregation you have to store or stack the container in the yard in the similar way. So 6 meter means something equivalent to 6 into 3, 20 feet means 1 feet container. You can keep some other container in the distance of 20 feet. Okay, so you have to just segregate it if they are not compatible and keep them separately so that there is no much problem, mixing doesn't take place and the accident do not occur. So that is the meaning of compatibility and segregation. Coming to documentation part, that is if the dangerous goods are moved in containers for loading on board ship, what are the documents are needed? So documents needed for loading the container, Hazmat container, dangerous goods container on board ship. That is the first one is Hazmat cargo request. Hazmat cargo request, it is a form issued by the shipping line. The ship on which you are going to load the Hazmat container, shipping line will give you the form. That form you have to fill up with all the details. What is the cargo, what is the name of the cargo, what is the even number, MSDS, who is the manufacturer, who is the shipper, all this weight, number of pieces, packing, all the details will be available in the, you have to fill up in the request form. What you call it? Hazmat cargo request. Request means you are requesting. Form supplied by the shipping line. You are making a request to the shipping line. Please take my dangerous goods cargo. So you call it Hazmat cargo request form. So if the details in the form, if they are not acceptable to the shipping line, they can reject it. You cannot load the Hazmat cargo, dangerous goods cargo on board ship without making a declaration. You have to take the consent of the shipping line because they have the limited space. The cargo has to be kept separately. They have to be segregated from number of dangerous goods. So you cannot load the cargo, dangerous good without declaring to the shipping line. That was the first one. Second document, we call it DG declaration. DG declaration is mandatory. This is as per the SOLAS 74, chapter number 7, that is the International Convention for Safety of Life at Sea. The ship master, the master of the ship has to insure. That is how insuring to the shipping line. Shipping line is the owner of the ship and master is the employee. So as per the SOLAS 74, chapter number 7, this is mandatory for the shipper who are loading the dangerous goods on ship to make a declaration, DG declaration of the dangerous goods. The third one is container packing list. You have to provide the packing list of the container, how you have packed it. Sometime these two put together, that is the DG declaration and packing list, we make a combine and we say multimodal DG farm, dangerous good farm. So either you do it separately, you say DG declaration and container packing list, or combined you can do it, you say multimodal dangerous good farm. So this is a document. The next one is MSDS list, material safety data list. This is actually issued by the manufacturer. That particular thing you have to come and supply it, submit it to the shipping line. You have to also keep it with yourself, keep it in the port where you are going to handle it, supply to the CFS or ICD where you are going to put the cargo for the purpose of stuffing. So this MSDS will give you the complete details about the cargo, about the dangerousness, about the risk of the cargo, and even they will mention how to handle in case of fire and safety. So MSDS, and that is the type of documents we need it for the purpose of this one. Sometime another documents, what we call it, IIP certificate. Certificate that is for the packing material used. IIP, Indian Institute for Packing. So it is the job of the shipper to get himself satisfied that the manufacturer has used the proper packing material. So IIP certificate for the packing material does not, generally nobody goes and checks it in the factory what type of packing material they are using it, but they go by certification. Generally the manufacturer will have a plant, a facilities to get the different, to get the actual, to get the proper type of packing material. Sometimes they make in their own factory, so they manufacture it. So they should have a certificate from IIP that whatever packing material they are using, that is of the standard one. So this can be checked by the shipper and he can satisfy himself. So that is the IIP, that is the packing material certificate. Which certificate nobody checks it, generally the shipper will see whether you have got a proper certificate from the IIP or not. So these are the documents needed for keeping the dangerous goods, loading the dangerous goods on board ship. So that is all about this particular things. Okay, we have finished with this particular session, that is the dangerous goods, and hope you have understood. In case of any problem, you can contact me on dn.maurya@yahoo.com. Those who have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and get my next coming video automatically. That is all. Bye bye for this one. See you in next session.